In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey, on January 12, 2024, adequate notice of this meeting was provided as required by law. Additionally, this meeting is being digitally recorded and live streamed on the Somerset County website. For public access, please email your questions to countyboardmeeting@co.somerset.nj.us. The public may participate in this meeting by calling 908-231-7075. Director Robinson?
Thank you. Please rise, everyone, and recite the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for reflection.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May we continue to serve the residents of Somerset County, keeping in mind and maintaining the mission that the County of Somerset is committed to excellence and innovation in public service, promoting the well-being of all residents and communities by providing effective, efficient, and responsive leadership. Thank you. I would like to welcome everyone to the October 8th work session of the Somerset County Board of Commissioners. This agenda and the items on it are for discussion and will be considered at the next commissioner meeting, which is scheduled for October 22nd. No action will be taken at this meeting unless the measure and its adoption are needed in a manner necessary to continue county business. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Here.
Commissioner Singletary?
Here.
Commissioner Morano?
Here.
Deputy Director Suey? Director Robinson?
Here. We will start off with our commissioner reports, but Commissioner Suey is attending class this evening, so she is excused. So she continues to do the great work above and beyond what is expected of county commissioners, so we wish her well. It is with sad news that we announce, or it has been announced, about a longtime member of Somerset County. Family passed away this weekend, Bernie Novato Jr. He has led county's planning board for over 20 years, and 25 years to be exact. He has been responsible for as any one person for Somerset County's innovative planning and land use strategies that have made us a national leader. So our thoughts and prayers are with his wife, Barbara, and the children and grandchildren, and we salute and honor the legacy and life of Bernie Novato Jr. For his service to Somerset County. We also celebrate Steve Peter, our clerk, who will become the COANG, which is the Constitutional Officers Association of New Jersey's president. He will be installed on tomorrow evening. This is where the constitutional officers from every county in New Jersey are meeting in Gloucester this week, and that includes all 21 clerks, surrogates, and sheriffs, where they get together to share best practices and plan how to support their constituents to the best of their abilities. So let's give a round of applause to our clerk. And again, particularly notable this year, tomorrow he will be elevated, installed, and or take the oath of office as the president of this organization. So again, it is a great honor and truly a privilege and for us to have Steve Peter on our team. Also, each year, Somerset County allocates hundreds of thousands of dollars for nonprofits to help Somerset County citizens in need. This can be seen as just another allocation or grant, but the commissioners and I know it is so much more. These nonprofits save and secure the lives of thousands of individuals and families each and every year. And over the past 2 weeks, we visited five of these agencies to learn more about how they help our residents and how we can help more in the coming years. Please visit our Facebook page for information and links to these fantastic organizations. We visited the Adult Daycare Center of Somerset County, the Jewish Family Services, Somerset Treatment Services, Alternatives, Inc., and Bridgeway PESS, that's P-E-S-S. Other possible topics, that we need to lift up and keep in prayer are those who are dealing with Hurricane Milton. We recently just had Helene Some of the southern states and areas, and probably even some of our own family members, may have been experiencing some of these tragedies with these storms. But again, Hurricane Milton is barreling down on the west coast of Florida and is bringing with it storm surges of up to 15 feet. And we know something about major storms here in New Jersey, but nonetheless, we continue to lift those who are going through in our thoughts and prayers. And then I have one other thing. Our Veterans Resource and Job Fair is this Thursday, October 10th from 3 to 5. I am so excited about what's to take place. Hopefully, prayerfully, this will be an annual event and maybe even some satellite services provided to the veterans community. As a veteran myself, I'm excited to say that the VSO office has been working on my behalf for a little bit over 2 years. And believe it or not, this is so apropos. I got news today that the VA approved one of my disabilities. So that just goes to show you that the work that they're doing serves the community very, very well. You know, it's a long, tough road. It's been 34 years. When I first went in, it's been, what year is this? 2024. Been out since 97, so it's been a long time. But nonetheless, I would do it all over again to be able to serve my country and my family in a way that honors us as American citizens. So I am so proud of the service that I have done and the service of my fellow veterans and those who will continue to serve active duty and abroad. So kudos for this Thursday, the Veterans Resource and Job Fair. We have bags, drawstring bags. This is just a pink one. We do have a regular camo one, colored one, but this is just one of the things with goodies that people can put information and resources and talk to potential employers and get an opportunity to see exactly what the Veteran Service Office can do to help the veterans in need. So I'm excited about that. So kudos to the team who put it together. I'm sure I'll have more at our next meeting. I don't want to forget anyone's name, but definitely Peter Nemick, Gene O'Byrne, and those in that VSO office, and certainly many other staff members who have been instrumental in putting this together. And I'll mention them and call them by name at our next meeting because I don't want to forget. And that ends my report.
Thank you, Director. And yes, I agree, Veteran Services does amazing work for our veterans. So a few things we attended. The trophy case in Planning Department continues to need to have an expansion because I went to the New Jersey Planning officials meeting this past couple of weeks to accept Somerset Award for our historic preservation plan. So nice job to our planning team in the back there and our CHIP team. Yet another award. Planning's going to cost us all kinds of rental space because we got to keep expanding for all these trophies. Also had a chance to go to RoboCon, the robotics convention at the Bridgewater Mall this past weekend, or actually 2 weekends ago. I'm losing track of my days. Fantastic. I don't know when it was. One of these weekends. Amazing what our young people are doing. I mean, they were starting our kindergartners with Lego projects and then all the way up to some serious stuff. So Somerset is in very good hands with some very bright ingenuity going on there. The Diversity Festival was Sunday, so yay to everyone who did a lot of work on that. We have so many folks that have volunteered their time through the county and worked on that. Special thanks to our cultural heritage team. They were instrumental in it as well. It was great. It rained. It was a little soggy. I was totally wet by the end. I hope nobody took a picture of me at the very end because I looked a little drowned. But I had a fantastic time. The music was exceptional. The food was great. The people that were exhibiting, it was a really fun day. I left with that good feeling. It was a really positive day. As Director mentioned, I went to the Bridgeway PES, which stands for the Psychiatric Emergency Screening Services. And I'm going to tell you something that's really sad. Their New Jersey program doesn't cover children. And thanks to Somerset County, with a grant of only $150,000, they're able to meet the needs of our youth, 18 and, under 18. And that's something that I hope our New Jersey legislature reconsiders, because that's really scary. Our young people are really struggling with mental health right now. In fact, October 10th is Mental Health Awareness Day. And an appeal. I don't think our assembly people are watching this show right now, but I know there's many of you in the audience, especially from 4-H. If you do meet a state assembly person, let's talk with them about that. We really need to make changes. Somerset County, in the meantime, will continue to support our youth and continue to support these programs with the grant money that we can do to make sure these kids get help. And I've heard personal stories from people right here in Somerset County that have used this service, and it really saved their child's life. So makes a difference, money well invested. The other thing, this was this past weekend, 1770s Festival in conjunction with the Parks Department. Saw Commissioner Drake there, saw Commissioner Singletary at Pest, so sorry if I stole your thunder on that one, and I won't steal more thunder on 1770s. Upcoming, we've got, okay, now is really exciting. Upcoming this weekend, Weekend Journey to the Past, okay? If you haven't mapped out your weekend yet, we got this nifty book. We've got this little tiny book. This is incredible. 31 locations throughout the county, open free of charge, activities, places that are not sometimes open, are gonna be open. This is your guidebook. Plan your map, stop and eat lunch, breakfast, and dinner along the way and support our local businesses. This is really, really fun. There's lots of stuff in here. I think we have a scavenger hunt too this year too, don't we? Yep. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. So check out this book, check out online, you can go. I'm gonna be excited. I'm planning my route already. There's a new one here, so I definitely have to go to the, where is it? The Lane Voorhees house is the new one. I'll definitely be there in Bridgewater as well as several other sites. Okay, a lot of stuff going on. It's the season of need and Thanksgiving. Please remember SHIP, the Samaritan Homeless, I never remember what it stands for. Samaritan Homeless Intervention Program, I think. They're really in need of donations, money, gift cards, volunteers, etc. 908-393-9545 if you can help. Let's getting down to our work. Recycling. We got a beautiful letter complimenting Melissa Harvey from the Bernards Township Committeewoman Anna Duarte and the Environmental Commission for their tour of the the recycling facility. Raphael, thanks so much to Melissa and your team for welcoming and all the work we do in recycling. The first Saturday event, we have just shy of 500 cars come, and our household hazardous waste collected 37 tons of hazardous material, keeping those out of the landfills. Transportation, very busy. Last month, we had 11,570 paratransit trips, 5,691 home-delivered meals, and 4,757 public transit trips. I also received a beautiful letter that, in the interest of time, I will not read, but complimenting one of our drivers from a resident that's been using the service for the past 14 years. And she said it's an extreme blessing to her, especially for her physical therapy and doctor appointments. And she just thanks the transportation job for the professionalism of the staff that helps her. So thank you for that. Our mosquito board continues to meet. We're continuing to do testing. Real good news, no triple E has been found in Somerset County. We have no West Nile in human form, no human West Nile virus tested here so far. So we're real good, but we continue to do testing, and we continue people to tell them not to have the standing water. In fact, tires are one of our biggest culprits. There is a tire collection going on. It's open to residents and farmers from October 21 through October 26. You can drop off your tires to the South County Garage. Our cultural heritage, I believe Caitlin's going to be talking about our docent program tonight, so I'll save that one. And last but not least, I do want to point out an RFP that we just put out for inventory and assessment of storm drainage systems. And I bring that to your attention because it's part of what Somerset is doing to address stormwater problem. As Director has talked about, climate change is real. We're having storms that are more violent than ever, water that's more voluminous than ever in our history, and we need to take steps to combat this. So we are investing our funds to get a system that will create a GIS database and map of the complete stormwater system within our county's jurisdictions of our county roadways, easements, and public works facilities. So we are trying to do our part to combat this and do everything that we can. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Yeah, my condolences also go out to Bernie Novato and his family. Certainly, I served on the board for several years with Bernie, also knew Bernie but long before my relationship with Somerset County. But Bernie served with great distinction, not only for Somerset County, not only as the chair of the Somerset County Planning Board, but he was also the chair of the Somerville Borough Planning Board. And so that gave him a really unique perspective looking at how not only planning was occurring in the borough of Somerville, but also at the county level. But I think we can certainly, to his testament and his credit, look at, really the long projection for Somerville and all the great work that has occurred in the redevelopment of Somerville and the downtown. And a lot of that was really from the vision that he had and past council members had throughout Somerville's history. But Bernie has kind of led that ship for a very long time, and he's going to be missed. And certainly all prayers are with his family. His viewing, as I understand, is tomorrow at Cusick's Funeral Home, starting at 3 o'clock. And I guess there's a mass, is it Thursday? Is that Immaculate Conception or no? Okay, but his viewing is tomorrow at 3. And so to change topics a bit, certainly I know I see all our folks from 4-H here, that's terrific, but I've been a proponent of our farm markets. This is that time of year where I can say hay rides and pumpkin picking is really on a lot of people's minds. Farmers depend on that kind of activity to bring in dollars to help support farming activity. So not only purchase things at the farm markets, but go out and pick your pumpkins and go on the hay rides. It's always a great event in the fall. So I encourage you to do that. Also, thank you really to our county staff. This weekend was certainly a very involved weekend. If you look at all the activities that were occurring across Somerset County folks have been involved in many of them, including the 2024 Disability Expo that occurred on Saturday at the Senior Wellness Center. I attended that event. It was certainly well attended. The parking lot was packed. Many vendors, many people providing information to our residents throughout Somerset County. I know people from far and wide came to the expo. It was well advertised, and I think it was, certainly a good success. Would you say, Zach? So, congratulations and commend all our staff for that great work. Also, I also attended the 1770 Festival at Lord Sterling Park. That was amazing. Step back in time to sort of look at how they made not only our clothing, how they took wool and spin it into yarn. I talked to a couple blacksmiths that were, working there. Spoke to some soldiers who were honing their skills with weapons that they were using during the Revolutionary War, and definitely was a learning experience. I think I also was able to taste the apple cider that was pressed from the fresh apple cider. That was very good. I didn't realize they make it with multiple apple styles, variety to get the flavor going, so that was kind of cool. And then also, I did attend the Somerville Street Fair this Saturday in Somerville. Somerville was rocking with, thousands of people. The vendors were really out in force and great information, people seeing all the great work that Somerville does to attract that. And I think only a few more things. The last thing I want to say is the Somerville County Office of Volunteer Services, I think I mentioned this last time, is still looking for volunteers for this year's fall leaf cleanup project. It's a very important event. It's going to be held on November 23rd, 2024. And this year, individuals and groups can come together to, before Thanksgiving, to rake leaves for elderly and disabled homeowners around the county who have no other means to do this kind of yard work. So please sign up. I know it's a big event, not only for church groups, sports teams, Girl Scouts, scout troops, 4-H clubs, and school clubs that really come together to help people with this responsibility in the fall. Again, it'll take place on November 23rd, and you can sign up at call 908-704-6301 at the county and sign up for that great service. So get your rakes ready. I don't think they're using blowers. I asked that question. I think they're actually using rakes. So, yeah, maybe electric blowers. I'm not sure. But so that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, it has been a busy last couple of weeks. Last week we visited several nonprofits that the county supports to highlight the work they did. Commissioner Morano talked about Bridgewater PES, which provides emergency psychiatric screening for people who might be having a mental health crisis. That's located right down the street from here in Somerville, and they have a very good track record in helping to get people the resources that they need. I also visited the Jewish Family Services of Somerset, Hunterdon, and Warren County. It's located right across the street from here. They also provide mental health counseling. They accept most insurance plans. They also have a sliding scale fee for those who might have difficulty affording help. Interestingly, I also learned that they get funding from Germany as part of their reparations program to provide services for Holocaust survivors. And last week, the Mental Health Board met after our summer hiatus, and there was a nice little overview. We talked about just some of the things that have been happening recently. For example, the Arrive program. This is an initiative where mental health professionals work with police officers to respond to situations where there might be a mental health issue and helps people get certain resources. That started off in Franklin Township. It expanded to North Plainfield, and then just recently it expanded to Branchburg, Hillsborough, Manville, and Montgomery. And that, of course, is in addition to the Community Police Alliance program where the county where we have a social worker who works with police departments and helping people get resources they need. That started off in Bridgewater. It expanded to Bound Brook, South Bound Brook, and we just recently hired 2 other social workers to further expand the program. So a lot of good things have been going on there. I recently spoke to I welcomed the Youth Somerset Leadership Class of 2024. This is a 9-month program for high school students where they learn leadership skills and get to explore different issues in Somerset County. Also, the Somerset County Votech School, they are having their annual open house on October 19th. That's on a Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon. So if you know anyone who's interested in the school, learning about all the different programs they have, that's a good time to learn about it. And last week, the county prosecutor had its annual pink car ceremony for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is where several participating police departments, they drive pink police cars around during the month of October. I understand that those cars each have a barcode for women to make mammogram appointments, helps to remind people to focus on their health. So if you see any pink police cars driving around this month, that's what's going on. And finally, tomorrow, the County Department of Health is having a free flu shot clinic. So I just want to remind everyone to get their flu shot. And tomorrow there's a free clinic at the Bedminster Fire Department located on 100 Miller Lane, Bedminster. The clinic is from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And that's my report. Thank you.
I did forget 2 things, so bear with me. We forgot to talk about the pickleball tournament that the Park Commission held its first pickleball Park Commission Pickleball Tournament, it was amazing to see people from different ages and ethnicities out there actually competing. And these pickleball competitors were very competitive. One guy was like, "Yeah, let's go," and I'm like, "Okay, 32 teams." But it was just awesome that they made use of the courts that we just opened up in June or July of this year. So there is a high demand, and they had two different groups. You were either assigned, or heats, what do they call them, pickleball? You were assigned either to the Park Commission group or the County Commissioner group. So I implore my colleagues next year, let's come up with a couple of teams and let's get out there and play. That's the challenge. We have a whole year to practice. So I just wanted to say congratulations and thank you to the Park Commission for meeting the needs of that community who take this game very seriously. So they were out there. It was a little rainy, but they were out there using leaf blowers to dry and squeegees to dry off the court. So it is good to see them making use of the investments that were made for that sport. So kudos to them. And then speaking of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we're in October. I attended Sister to Sister Walk, which is a nonprofit organization that supports women and their families as they're going through breast cancer in Central Jersey. So they've been doing it for almost 20 years. So kudos to that organization for the continued work that they do. And it's so vitally important as we talk about health and women's health, that they are there to support those who are going through such a tragic medical condition. So people are out there, the vendors, the music, the camaraderie, walking in the name of those who did not survive, and yet being there with those who are surviving and thriving. So kudos to them. That's my report. Ms. Moore? All right. We're moving on. We have our friends from 4-H that are here. So Commissioner Drake will come down and present the proclamation. So come on down.
Anybody with a green shirt in the room?
So as 4-H is coming, we do have on the agenda that Knockout Opioid Abuse Day. That organization will be here at our next meeting on October 22nd.
All right. I'm gonna grab a mic over there, actually. All right, well, how's everybody doing? It's my pleasure to, really, all of you here, we got a picture here. We could do a picture first. I think just filming.
We're a big family.
How about after the proclamation, we wind up with 2 rows?
There we go, there we go. All right. Well, it's great to see all of you here. Certainly, I want to recognize that the National 4-H Week is October 7th through the 12th. And with the Rutgers Cooperative Extension Service, we have a proclamation honoring that. And it says, whereas 4-H youth across the nation are leading efforts to solve problems in their communities and make a difference for their futures. And 4-H educational programs have an unparalleled reach of over 6 million youth in all 50 states. And whereas 4-H is one of the largest youth development organizations in New Jersey and the largest in the nation. And 4-H provides opportunities for youth to develop and practice life skills such as leadership, citizenship, and public speaking, and plans an important part in educating and developing leaders of our country who are well-trained and competent. And whereas, according to a longitudinal survey study by Tufts University, youth who participate in 4-H are more likely to get better grades in school, to seek out science classes, to see themselves going to college, and to contribute positively in their communities. In addition, 4-H have been shown to resist peer pressure better and less likely to engage in risky behaviors. And whereas 4-H, as part of Rutgers Cooperative Extension Service, a unit of New Jersey Agriculture Experimental Station of Rutgers University, is a program where youth learn through opportunities that provide them hands-on experience in 4-H's mission mandates of science, engineering, and technology, healthy living, and citizenship. 4-H has connected youth in their communities with innovative research and researchers for our nation's 106 land-grant universities and colleges since its establishment in 1902. And whereas the Somerset County 4-H program has over 600 club members, 3,000 youth involved in special interest, school enrichment, camping, after-school programs, and 250 adult volunteers. And from September 23 to September 24, these volunteers have contributed over 6,446 hours, and the independent sector's value of volunteer equivalent to be $32.39 an hour. And the Somerset County volunteers have contributed, get this, the equivalent of, if I can say this correct, $687,963.79. That's a big number. You should be very proud of you, of yourselves. So now therefore be it resolved that the County Commissioners of Somerset County does hereby proclaim October 7th through the 12th, 2024 as National 4-H Week in Somerset County, and encourage young people of all ages and backgrounds to become involved in 4-H youth development program opportunities with Rutgers Cooperative Extension of Somerset County by visiting the 4-H Center on Milltown Road in Bridgewater, or by going to their website at 4hhistops.org. And it's signed by the 5 county commissioners. Congratulations. That's great.
Do I have to push?
No, it's good.
It's on. Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa Rothenberger, and I'm going to call Melissa up with me. We are the 2 county 4-H agents. Come on up. And I also have some staff with us. So, Jill, Alyssa, come on up. Amanda, Annette, come on up. So we're going to all join us up here. So we want to thank the commissioners for their support, because Somerset County 4-H, which is we're one of 21 counties in New Jersey, but our 4-H program is by far the largest, by leaps and bounds. And I would love to say it's because we have the most awesome volunteers, which is true. But the other part is the support we get from Somerset County, that we have a very large staff. And no other county has that. And by having that large staff, we can offer a lot more programs in the schools, in the community, in our own programs where we run our own camps or after-school programs. So thank you for making us better. And our motto is to make the best better, which is what you all help us do. So we appreciate the cooperation that we have from everybody. So thank you.
Well, thank you. That's great. This is yours. Come on, guys. Let's get a big photo. Big group.
We can put some of the taller people in the back.
Molly is representing our 600.
Let me go around back.
All right, now, if this whole group of folks can shift one person that way.
Let's turn this way.
Keep going. The whole group of you. There we go. I want to get that.
In the middle of the seal. That's where you
I
gotta
want to get
get
the seal right in the middle.
There we go.
Oh, you guys look awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Wait, is everybody smiling? All right, thank you.
It is December 14th and 15th.
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday. Come on down.
I love it. I know. And a spoon guy, I hope, man, whatever it is.
Wonderful, big-hearted people.
So let's give our 4-H another round of applause. They deserve it. So we have several communications. JCP&L, notice of filing a public hearing of a petition seeking review and approval of its deferred balances relating to an adjustment of the societal benefits charge clause of its filed tariff, and that's BPU docket number ER 24040209. New Jersey Transit noticed a public hearing to gather information and comments regarding potential program developments pursuant to the Senior Citizen and Disabled Residents Transportation Assistance Program Act. County Clerk Steve Peter, notice of fees collected for September 2024 in the amount of $4,818,254.03. New business.
Good evening. Resolution 24-2000 is approving the fiscal year 2024 annual transportation program for the County of Somerset. These are projects that are eligible for our NJDOT County Aid Grant. Resolution 24-2001 is approving submittal of a grant application and execution of a grant contract with the NJDOT for fiscal year 2025 funds for projects included in the 2025 annual transportation program. We get about $5.5 million.
Good evening. Resolution 24-2002 is authorizing the release of performance bond FP 0025239 in the amount of $26,254.80 to Summerfield at Franklin LLC as principal and First Indemnity of America Insurance Company as surety for construction of improvements within the county right-of-way at Weston Canal Road, County Route 623. This is for a project in Franklin Township. On file with the Planning Board is FL 902S.
Um, 24-2003 is authorization to apply for and accept funding for sports complex improvements at Mountain View Park in Hillsborough, New Jersey, through the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs, total not to exceed $1 million. And 24-2004 is the authorization to apply and accept funding for land improvements in Hillsborough, New Jersey, through the Department of Community Affairs, total not to exceed $90,000.
Resolution 24-2005, authorizing the Department of Public Health and Safety to apply for the State of New Jersey Office of Information and Technology, Office of Emergency Telecommunication Services Next Generation 911 Grant for the period of July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. 24-2006, authorizing the appointment of Joseph Chardine to be a Deputy Coordinator in accordance with NJSA A 942 and in compliance with NJOEM Directive NJOEM 6 of Somerset County's Office of Emergency Management for a one-year term ending October 22nd, 2025. 24-2007, authorizing the Somerset County Department of Health to apply for and accept funding from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection for the County Environmental Health Act, also known as the CEHA grant, up to $500,000 for the grant period July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. The county will administer environmental control in areas of air, water, noise, and solid waste. The county will agree to match up to 50% of the total project amount.
Okay. 24-2008, authorizing the execution of a shared service agreement between the County of Somerset and East Amwell Township for sharing Department of Public Works equipment and personnel. 24-2009, authorizing the execution of a shared service agreement between Somerset County and Hillsborough Municipal Utilities Authority for sharing Department of Public Works equipment and personnel.
Resolution 24-2010, award of contract to City Data for location analytics software. It's the first year of a 2-year contract with 3 optional 1-year extensions, total not to exceed $49,200.
Resolution 24-2011 is authorizing change order number 2 for Conkus Corporation out of Hillsborough, New Jersey for the replacement of County Bridge C0701 South Branch Road over Brokaw Brook in the Township of Branchburg. It's an increase of $377,000, $638.67 from the as-bid contract amount of $3,166,307.69, which includes an increased change order number one, the amount of $453,692.94 for a total new contract amount of $3,997,639.30. Total not to exceed for this change order, $377,638.67. This is South Branch Road project, which is a bridge project, but it involves moving the road over. We're realigning the road, and this is work from this change order is due to changes in the sewer system as a result of moving that road over.
Good evening. Resolution 24-2012 is an award of contract to WB Mason for an open-ended contract for the purchase of option A, bottled water and cooler rental, and option B, individual bottled water. This is the second year of a 2-year contract.
Good afternoon. Resolution 24-2013, award of contract to emergency vehicles out of Lake Park, Florida for a new crime scene truck utilizing a county contract, total not to exceed $477,860. Thank you.
'24, 2014, authorizing the amendment of Resolution 23-2010 to decrease the total price of contract 83909 to Motorola Solutions for the purchase of hazmat mobile radio units for the Office of Emergency Management due to a product being unavailable. Total not to exceed $24,919.53.
24-2015 is award of contract to Graphis Painting and K&B Contractors. Category A is interior painting, and Category B, exterior painting service, and C is for wall covering, service, and painting. It's the second year of a 2-year contract. And Graphis Painting was awarded Category A, and K&B Contractors has B and C. 24-2016 is award of contract to Direct Flooring for the replacement of carpeting and flooring at the historic courthouse mediation room. Total not to exceed $13,454. 24-2017 is the award of contract to Direct Flooring for the replacement of carpeting and flooring at 20 North Bridge Street. It's the third floor security office. Total not to exceed $11,703.90. 24-2018 is award of contract to First Line Locksmith for locksmith services and locking hardware. It's the first year of a 2-year contract. Total not to exceed $3,500.
By the way, the new work done here looks really,
Yeah, it
really
came out
nice.
nice.
Came
Yeah.
out beautiful. Everything looks really
Yeah,
nice.
I was hoping it didn't smell too much in here because
No.
the fresh paint, but
Don't smell anything. It looks beautiful. They did a great job.
'24, 2019 is awarding second year of a 2-year contract to furnish and deliver plastic recycling containers to T.M. Fitzgerald, total not to exceed $20,000.
All right. 2020 is an award of a contract CC 0054-24 to Atlantic Salt and also to Morton Salt. This is for rock salt and treated rock salt. This is the first year of a 2-year contract. Certification of funds will be completed as time needed. Okay. 2021 is awarded contract CC 0028-24 to PaveRight, Sunbelt Rentals, Herc Rentals, Magnum Vac Services, and United Rentals. And this is for equipment and tool rental. It's the first of a 2-year contract, not to exceed $50,000. And 2022 is an awarded contract CC 0028-24 to deer carcass removal services, and this is actually for removing of deer carcasses, not to exceed $50,000. Everything else that they do.
24-2023 is award of contract CC 0036-23 to various vendors for red dye number 2 diesel fuel. This is the second year of a 2-year contract, total not to exceed $100,000.
What is red dyed diesel?
It's our diesel fuel. We just have it dyed red,
Just
so
to-
we could detect it. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
so you know that that's the
Yes, ma'am.
diesel and it doesn't get mixed up?
yes.
I had no idea. Thank you.
Resolution 24-2024 from the county clerk. This is approval to pay a conforming order to Royal Printing Services out of West New York, New Jersey for the 2024 general election printing services not to exceed $72,136.40.
Resolution 24-2025 is authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contract to the USGS out of Lawrenceville, New Jersey for a cooperative agreement with the Department of the Interior, USGS, for operation of a flood information system, total not to exceed $43,666.25. Resolution 24-2026, authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contract to T2UES out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey for subsurface utility investigation, total not to exceed $15,847.50.
Resolution 24-2027 is the insertion of a special item of revenue for the New Jersey Department of Health and Human Services, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, and the Community Behavioral Health Clinic Improvement and Advancement Grant in the amount of $1,879,144. This is a 2-year, goes until September of 2026. 2028 is a new insertion of a special item of revenue for the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety, Section 5311 Comprehensive Traffic Safety Program in the amount of $230,320. 24-2029 is the insertion of a special item of revenue for the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety, Occupant Protection, Somerset and Hunterdon Counties grant in the amount of $91,800. And 24-2030 is the new insertion of a special item of revenue for the New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Victims of Crime Act, Sexual Assault Response Team, Forensic Nurse Examiner Program in the amount of $144,000, and there's an in-kind match in the prosecutor's salary and wage budget. 24-2031 is authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contracts to Shane Schaefer, Burnsville, New Jersey, total not to exceed $75,000. 24-2032 is the approval to pay confirming orders to Shane Schaefer, Burnsville, New Jersey, Robert T. Similchair in Hayworth, New Jersey, and Bethel Bindery in Tuckerton, New Jersey, total not to exceed $14,126.95. And 24-2033 is a payment of claims and ratification of the same.
Resolution 24-2034, amending a resolution 24-363 for Verizon Business Services to increase the blanket purchase order from $50,000 to $160,000, total not to exceed $160,000. Resolution 24-2035, Records Management Division, approval to pay confirming order to Vital Records for records management, physical storage, and services. Invoices for just July and August, total not to exceed $5,728.69.
Zach, as you're coming forward, I'm going back to the SAMHSA grant. Do we offer education for the communities, like training for the communities within Somerset County as part of this grant? It's a state grant, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
certainly this is going to Richard Hall for
Okay.
an expansion of services, but certainly we do offer on request education on mental health and the available resources to the community at large. And in fact, through our opioid grant, are funding a position of a behavioral health navigator who spends a good portion of their time out in the community doing so.
Thank you.
But we are always open to suggestions, so if we are not reaching some people, always willing to.
All right, Resolution 242036, authorizing modification of R23-2067, allowing for the additional allocation of new funds totaling $55,687 to be added to the 2024 area plan contract, which will result in a new contract amount of $2,207,752,000 for the period of January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. Resolution 24-2037, approval to pay confirming order to Blanca Ramirez for Zumba classes at Warren Brooks Senior Center, total not to exceed $800. Resolution 242038, approval to pay confirming order to the Somerset County Park Commission for rental expenses for the Warren Brooks Senior Center operations July through September 2024, total not to exceed $750. Resolution 242039, approval to pay a confirming order for Gary Morton for music for the Thrilling Grill Picnic on September 13th, 2024, total not to exceed $200.
All right, Zach, you got to tell me, what was the Thrill and Grill picnic? I'm intrigued.
They do a series of events in September where there are picnics at the various centers at the various senior centers with a lot of activities and various musics and grilling. And they have music and the staff grills for the seniors, and they do a very nice job throughout the year of creating special events around the holidays and trying to make everyday things seem special. Yeah, I am as well, and I'm a little offended I didn't get an invite to the Thrill and Grill picnic. So, no problem. That's Resolution 242040, approval to pay confirming order for Shaker ShopRights Inc. for the purchase of vases and flowers for the Senior Art Show, total not to exceed $97.05. Resolution 24-2041, authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contracts for community development, total not to exceed $479,912. And Resolution 24-2042, authorizing certification of funds for previously awarded contracts for community development, not to exceed $373,842. And these are a variety of community development block grant funded programs and home funded programs, which we administer through the Community Development Office.
Resolution 24-2043, approval to pay confirming order to John H. Damler Police Academy, East Scotch Plains for an instructor course for detective, total not to exceed $30. Thank you.
(242044) is approval to pay confirming orders to Occupational Health for a fit test and Atlantic Plumbing Supply for supplies and Open Systems Integrators for intercom system troubleshooting, total not to exceed $980.46.
Okay, 2045 is an amending a resolution R24-540 to reduce the amount of previously awarded contract to Atlantic Salt, not to exceed $64,359.02. Okay. 2046 is an approval to pay a confirming order to Morton Salt, not to exceed $15,265.07.
2047 is authorizing certificate of funds for previously awarded contract for parts and repairs, total not to exceed $40,000. 2048 is amending Resolution 24-1552 for Hudson County Motors in Secaucus, New Jersey, due to non-contracted parts and repairs, total not to exceed a reduction of $16,019.09. 2049 is the approval to pay confirming orders for parts and repairs to various vendors, the total not to exceed $27,747.29.
I'm just looking, I remember Morton Salt was in the previous reso. So just want to make sure that is it separate or is it duplicate? I'm looking. It was two salt companies on one reso.
I believe the first one was awarded contract, correct?
Yeah, the first one was the awarded contract.
Okay.
The second one,
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure. I was looking, I remember the name, but thank you. Motion to add above resolutions 24-2000 through 24-2049 to the consent agenda for the October 22nd meeting.
Motion?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. Items to be added for adoption.
Resolution 24-1941 for the Greater Raritan Workforce Development Board. This is to pay for Visions and Pathways in the Somerset County YMCA, to pay part of the stipends for 2 of our summer youth employment experience participants, total not to exceed $752. Also for the Greater Raritan Workforce Development Board, Resolution 24-1942, approval to pay a confirming order for on-the-job training provided by J Love Us, Inc., doing business as A Place at Home, total not to exceed $10,000.
Resolution 24-1943, authorizing award of contract to a Holly Consulting LLC for consulting services for the launch of Phase 2 of the Somerset County Cultural and Heritage Commission's docent training program, total not to exceed $90,611.
24-1944, authorizing the County of Somerset to submit an RFP to the Somerset County Office on Aging and Disability Services for a grant under the 2025-2027 Office on Aging Area Plan Contract to provide assisted transportation and to accept funding if awarded.
Is there a motion to add resolutions 24-1940 through 24-1944 to the agenda for our regular meeting? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes, but it's 24-1941, right?
It should be 40.
Yes, that is correct, 24-1941.
Yes.
Director Robinson?
Yes. This is where we come to the public portion of this meeting. Anyone from the public wishing to come up, come forward, state your name and address. 5 minutes, no yielding of time, no coming up a second time. Is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone from the public wishing to speak? Any emails or phone calls?
We do not have any.
All right, hearing none, seeing none, is there a motion to close the public portion of this meeting?
Motion?
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. We will go right into our regular meeting. Any additional commissioner reports? All right, seeing none, we will move along. Food insecurity presentation?
Yes, hi, Director. We're really pleased tonight to have a special guest to talk a little bit about something that I know is very important to the commissioners up here. So I'd like to call forward Mark Dingleson, who's the Executive Director of the New Jersey Office of Food Security Advocate. He actually is the first state-level food security advocate in the nation that's held the job for the last 2 years. We've had a nice, close working relationship with Mark because we believe, like him, like to end hunger, really we need to do more than simply giving out food. So we have some exciting news that we wanted to share with some information and some tools that have come into our possession when it comes to combating that. So I'd like to call up Mark and also call up Zach Berlinger, who is their Director of Human Services.
Good evening. It's a small enough room and my voice is big enough, so. Hello, TV land. Zach, do we have the slide deck up? Oh, thank you, ma'am. I will try and be brief since I know there's a bigger meeting ahead. You can move on to the next slide, please. So it's a real pleasure to be with all of you, Commissioner. Good to see you again. County Administrator, good to see you. Commissioners, thank you for having me. Brief background on myself. My background is juvenile justice and diversity work from the city of Chicago, but I'm a Jersey boy, so Jersey boys always come home. I came home in 2017, and I was running a food bank in Passaic County, working very closely with my county commissioners and with my county human services director to build what I thought really we needed in Chicago, which is more wraparound services, more collective impact work. And in that time, Speaker Coughlin and Governor Murphy created legislation to create my office. So Colleen is correct. I am the only food security advocate in the country that's a cabinet level food security advocate. Through the foresight of the Speaker and the Governor, I've also been given a full team, my own budget, and I have agility to move between the legislature and the governor's office and really advocate for the work that we're doing on the ground. On screen is one of the main things that I am mandated to do through this legislation, which is created my office, which is create a food security plan for New Jersey. We just had our inaugural food security summit in Mount Laurel on Friday. Zach was there. Thank you for coming. We had 350 people there, 150 people online. So there's real momentum for food security work. Next slide, please. But I think it's really important, and part of the reason I'm here tonight is I spent a lot of time on the road all the way up in Sussex County, all the way down to Salem County. Thank you for hosting me tonight. I'm only 15 minutes away from your meeting, so this is a lot better than driving up to Sussex County. My team and I spent a lot of time on the road trying to build consensus and collaboration about what food security actually means, right? I've said for as long as I can remember that ending hunger has nothing to do with giving people food, right? Feeding people is about giving people food, right? But ending hunger is about wrapping supportive services around families so that they feel empowered enough to go after opportunities. This is the actual definition of food security from the World Health Organization and the United Nations that we are using here in New Jersey to build out New Jersey's food security plan. And a couple of really important points that I'll emphasize here. And this is an international definition. It requires physical, social, and economic access to safe, sufficient, and nutritious food for both dietary and cultural preferences, for both an active and healthy lifestyle. It's not just about giving people canned goods, right? It's about, are we responding to families that are looking for halal foods? If we're looking for, if we have families that are dealing with childhood obesity, which skyrocketed during the pandemic, and those numbers still haven't come down, can we provide these kind of healthy foods to families? And one of the most important things, and I will say one of the things that makes me so excited to be able to work with your county, the international definition and understanding of food security requires that we're working with local agriculture and that we're working with our farmers. To actually build community power and create true food security involves working with local agriculture, creating that agricultural infrastructure, especially for our Black and brown farmers, our LGBTQ farmers, our underrepresented farmers. We have 10,000 farms and 6 commercial fishing ports in New Jersey, producing millions and millions of pounds of food. But since 2020, food insecurity has gone up from 8.8% to 10.7%. So we are a state producing millions of pounds of food, yet we don't have the infrastructure to get that food to the families that need it. And our Black and brown farmers, our new farmers, our emerging farmers don't know if they have enough infrastructure to stay farmers next year, the year after that, the year after that. Next slide, please. I just wanted to share a little bit about what I've been focusing on. So my work in Passaic County, I'm in Somerset County now, so sorry Passaic County, but we were really doing amazing work working with our commissioners, working with our Human Services Director. We had launched a collective impact effort championed by our commissioners with our Human Services Director to really talk about how do we bring people together. And I'm a new dad, semi-new dad. I have a 3-year-old, and thank you. I would bring my kid to Kumac, that's the food bank I was running, but I had to take the shot of running this office. When the legislation was passed to create this office, I was signing all the petitions to create this office and got a random phone call, do you want to run the office? I felt that I should try and move the needle from this office for as long as Trenton will keep me. On screen is what I've been focusing on the last 2 years. I took office in September of 2022. Important to note, it's part of the agility of this office. I report to the governor. I don't report to a commissioner. I work with his policy team, but we have such amazing relationships with the legislature as well. And I have never seen this kind of alignment in terms of this time frame and this limited time frame that we can really do a lot more. The first thing I did is grounded the work in research and evaluation and publicly available data. So Dr. Jenny Schrum from my team runs this. And then I made a promise to the governor that I would stay out in community, meeting with our fishermen, meeting with our farmers, meeting with our food banks, meeting with our county partners so that we could talk about this work, so that I could accurately advocate for it when I'm in meetings with the speaker and the governor's office. The 4 things that I have been really focusing on is I've been looking at our state agencies and saying, what are you trying to accomplish in health, human services, children and families? How can I support you? And then I've also been able to advise on legislation because of what we're hearing out in the public and also the gathering of data. So the legislature and the governor's office will bring me in and my team in when they have questions about legislation that they're looking at. But the final 2 things are why I'm here tonight and why the work that you're doing in Somerset County is incredibly crucial to our state work. We are building partners and partnerships in philanthropy. We have now 2 philanthropic funds in New Jersey where funders are coming together to fund a lot of this upstream work that we're looking at. And I am truly supporting county coalition level work. I think you all, especially you all as commissioners, and Colleen has heard me say this, Shelley has heard me say this, Zach has heard me say this, you all are the force multipliers for the food security work. There are, out of our 21 counties, there are 13 county-level coalitions that have formed. My office does not control them. They just understand that this is a moment in time where we can all work together. And the most successful of these county coalitions involve the county executive, the county administrator, a commissioner, several commissioners, the county human services director. Next slide, please. On screen is what I will be focusing on this year. Just very quickly, I'm going to summarize it. I won't read off of everything. Establishing direct connections between our food producers and the organizations serving our families. We have to create new markets for our farmers, for our young farmers, for our emerging farmers. We do not have a line of sight between our food producers and our organizations. There are multiple organizations in New Jersey spending more than $10,000 a month trying to secure fresh, healthy food to give that to the thousands of families that they're serving. They do not have a line of sight to our farmers and our food supply. But working at the county level, especially because of the strong relationships you all have with your agricultural sector, we're working on creating that line of sight. Number two, we leave millions and millions of federal dollars on the table every year in this state. And these are federal dollars that can cover the cost of school meals. We are at the top of the country in terms of paying into the federal government as a state, and we are near the bottom in terms of drawing down federal funds. There are 2 federally funded programs that can cover the cost of school meals. And we have more than 150 schools that do not take advantage of these programs. So we're really going to be focusing on that. You can see number 3, being here and working with you all at the county level is incredibly important. I am convinced now more than ever, 2 years into this job, we have to be doing this at the county level. We have to be working with our county commissioners, our human services directors, our county executives. I am also in charge of oversight over the millions of dollars that we invest in food and hunger, creating transparency around those dollars, reporting requirements around those dollars. My team is focused on that, and I will produce, the goal is to produce a draft of the strategic plan to give to the governor by next September. Last slide, I think. Oh, second to the last slide. I just wanted you all to see, I created this graphic before I even took office. This is when I was still at CUMAC. This is what I believe county coalitions look like. You know, and you can see that you all are the green person at the table. We all have to be coming to the table to work together. Last slide, please. Here's something that I just wanted, this is what I really, really wanted to focus on, and I'm happy to share my slides with all of you. Commissioners, to your county administrator, to her chief of staff, to your human services director, to all of you that are here. We are going to be making data-driven decisions informed by what you're showing us at the county. Your county, in partnership with Mercer County and Middlesex County, helped us at the state create a food security index that can show us all the way down to the census block level what food insecurity looks like. So when the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation asks me, we have a couple $100,000, $1 million that we want to invest in this, where should it go and what should it be working towards? Your county, and Zach was a big part of this, and multiple people in your department helped us to create this, and we're going to give it for free to any county that wants to use it. Those data-driven decisions, you helped us to create this tool. I funded it out of my budget. It took a lot of manpower and skill, and it's not public yet, but it will be soon. Benefits, access, and enrollment. I was just in a meeting with the new deputy commissioner at Human Services yesterday, and we were talking about this. But I'll give you an example of what we were working towards in Passaic County, and it actually now came to fruition. My old organization, CUMAC, is now at the table with Human Services and the Board of Social Services to talk about access to benefits. There are community health workers and SNAP navigators doing this work at the county level. I know this is part of your vision. It's incredibly exciting to me. I get to go to Trenton and say, you need to understand what Somerset County is doing. We need to be supporting more of that. You guys are giving our frontline organizations this kind of opportunity to provide access and enrollment to our families. We're going to continue to support you in building a multi-sector coalition. Like I said, 13 of the 21 counties are putting together some kind of a coalition. I am speaking next week at Union County's launch for their food security coalition that will be helmed by their human services director, I believe. So it's happening. The momentum is here. You're one of the counties that I keep mentioning is in the lead, which is why it would behoove my office in the state for me to keep coming to these meetings to support you all. And like I said, you guys are the force multipliers, you commissioners. doing this work. One of the strongest food security coalitions we have is Bergen counties, right? It's okay, you guys will catch up. But it was a county commissioner over there who really pushed, right? Essex County has a wonderful coalition forming right now. They even have the biggest healthcare system in Essex County as part of their coalition. But they're going to need a lot of help because they do not have a county administrator, a county executive, a county commissioner, or a county human services director supporting that coalition. There's a tremendous amount of opportunity here in Somerset County between the relationships that you all already have with my office, your relationships with your farmers, your relationships with your key anchor food security organizations in the county, your relationships with healthcare. It's very exciting to be supporting you all. And I'm excited for what we're going to be able to do together. And I'm truly grateful to you all, commissioners, for your support, for Colleen's support and her chief, for your human services director support. There's a lot of work to do, but we're here to do it with you. So thank you.
I think your presentation covered a lot. We're proud to be a partner working with you in this great work. Kudos to the liaison, Commissioner Singletary, who took this on to make sure, and to the staff, Commissioner Marr, Ms. Marr and Ms. Bell, and making sure, and Zach, and making sure that we were doing the work that we need to do. So thank you for the work that you're doing. We appreciate you being here. Our next presentation is Cultural and Heritage Docent Training Program.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Caitlin Bundy. I'm manager of the Somerset County Cultural and Heritage Commission. Tonight, we're talking about the Somerset County Docent Training Program. So as part of the county's 5-point plan for the upcoming semi-quincentennial or 250th anniversary of America, the Cultural and Heritage Commission has been working on a new docent training program to help build capacity for our local historic sites. For anyone who may not know, the word docent really just refers to the guides at these local museums and historic organizations. They're usually there on a voluntary basis, and they really provide the essential link between the community and our local historic sites. So we really wanted to focus in on them and help our historic sites out with this big anniversary coming. So the Culture and Heritage, we received a grant from the New Jersey Historical Commission to develop a program. Through a formal RFP process, we utilized these grant funds to enter into a contract with Ahali Consulting, which is a small certified minority women-owned consulting company to develop a comprehensive set of tools and resources for the initial training and continued education of quality history organization volunteers. Next slide. The docent training program is being piloted with the 5 Generals Houses. Since these historic sites already had a pre-existing relationship, we wanted to be able to build upon that as our pilot. So if you aren't familiar with the 5 Generals Houses, we have them listed up there for you. And this program really intends to strengthen the county's historic resources by increasing the historic site's visitor readiness for the semi-quincentennial, improving the historic site's long-term sustainability, introducing new, diverse volunteers into our local historic organizations, and promoting public interest in Somerset County and New Jersey history. Next slide. For this program, we put together a docent training program advisory committee. This was to help guide and design the development of the training program. It provided feedback and different, very site-specific insight. So we wanted to make sure that we were authentically engaging the 5 Generals Houses in the process from start to finish, with the goal of building trust with the organizations and increasing their support and buy-in with the program. We didn't want them to think we were just kind of bulldozing in, being like, we're giving you people, here they are. So we wanted to make sure they feel comfortable and felt comfortable with this process from start to finish. So this committee featured the consulting firm, staff from CNH, staff from our Public Information Office, from our Volunteer Services Office, and then 1 to 2 representatives from each of the 5 Generals Houses so that they could be there from start to finish and know what was going on and be part of that process from, again, start to finish. Next slide. So Holly Consulting has presented us with a fully developed collaborative training structure and a strategic framework for recruiting, initial training, and the continued education of quality docents. This program was informed by a number of sources, including best practices in the field of museum education, a benchmark study of over 30 volunteer docent training programs that they found throughout the country, so it wasn't just something they found here or there. They looked across the nation to try to see who has the best programs, what pieces were working, who they could really pull from and talk to and understand what's working and how can we bring it here. We also looked at each of the 5 general sites themselves. We actually did survey each of the sites going, what are your needs? Where are things lacking? Where do you need the strength? So that, again, we understood what their needs were as we created this program. And then again, the Revolution NJ, which is the state's initiative, looking at their themes and guidance as well, because we wanted to make sure that this fit in with what the state is looking at with their initiatives for the program. Next slide. So as we progressed through this project, which is phase 1, is where we're completed today, we did 3 different training training program advisory committee meetings. We had 10 in-site visits with each of the houses. We had 4 virtual meetings. We had all sorts of, we did a whole bunch of things with this committee to get us to where we are today. And again, so it sounds like we had this committee and we only did 3 meetings. What we did is actually to make sure that we were not overburdening them, overwhelming them, is that we split up having meetings versus also having newsletters. So we would give them the information in a digital capacity so they could read it, they could share it with their boards, they could talk to each other so that they could come back and when we had our in-person meetings that they were informed and really knew what was going on and they could express their comfort levels, or if they were concerned, that gave them the opportunity to talk about that. Next. In addition to the strategic framework, we developed 3 comprehensive toolkits that provided additional resources, tools, and the knowledge to successfully run this program. One being for the training coordinator, so that they understood the resources that they had, how the program was supposed to look, how to plan, implement, execute recruitment strategies, so that they would have the knowledge that the consultant team put together to be able to run the program. We created another toolkit that was focused on the trainer's guide, which goes to each of the historic sites so that they understand their expectations with the program and what we're expecting them to do and how to prepare as they get docents coming in and how to help them train even beyond this program. And then also a participant toolkit for those who are actually participating in the program. And this would focus not only on just how to be a docent, some of the community speaking, the engagement of how to read the room, how to understand when, if you have a group of, young families coming in with young kids, that's a different tour than if you have the history aficionados who know everything, how you're going to have to kind of judge the room when you're doing these different tours, but also giving them some overhead knowledge about the American Revolution, New Jersey's history, and then the 5 general houses themselves. Next, please. So phase 2 of this project will actually see the actual implementation and launch of the program. And so we're very excited that that's where we're at today. We've done all this planning, pre-planning work, putting all these tool guides together, and now we're ready to launch. Next slide, please. So this program looks essentially like this. We're going to go through the different phases of the program. It is a 6-month program that integrates collaborative recruitment, initial training, continued education, and hands-on learning experience, and prioritizes both skill-based and content-based training. For months 1 through 3, this is what we call our collaborative training with a total of 6 sessions. It's a mix of classroom-style learning and then field-based learning. So basically, one session, maybe we're in a classroom, maybe it's at one of the historic sites, maybe it's in one of our county conference rooms. That'll be more classroom-based. The next session is, hey, maybe they're going on the 5 Generals tour. Maybe they're going on Journey, depending on when the classes are running. So, or one of the other wonderful programs that our historic organizations offer throughout the year. So that way they can kind of see, they're not only just learning, being told what to do, but they're actually seeing it firsthand with the different sites that are participating. Next slide. after they get through that first phase, we're going to have a graduation because everyone who doesn't like celebrating being part of something. So this kind of like rewards our participants for their commitment and contributions and efforts in this. This gives us an opportunity to kind of, go, hey, we're halfway through, we're feeling great, gets a chance for you guys to meet the different participants of this program, and then after that, we actually start to match them to a specific site. And that's so that, everyone gives everyone a reset of like, how are we feeling? Do they feel confident? And allows us to look at each, individual's needs, what their interests are, and then match them with what works best with each of the participating sites. And also kind of make sure it evens out, so not everyone goes to one site. Next, please. And then we move on to our site-based learning. So this is months 4 through 6, and this is where the individuals have been matched. They are going to the sites, and this is where they are learning how to be a docent and kind of building their confidence and engaging with the public by starting with what we call a gradual release of responsibility. So basically, the first session, they may, they have a docent they're kind of teamed with that, basically would be like, I do, you watch. And we work through, we go through these sessions till we get to you do, I watch. So basically, they will start by kind of watching, learning, maybe stepping in to do a certain room or a certain exhibit, and eventually be able to take on the full tour as they feel comfortable. Because again, we don't want to just throw them in there. We want to make sure everyone feels confident, feels comfortable, and all things like that. Yeah, and then our hope is after those sessions that they stay on and remain a permanent docent with each of our sites. But then they are also trained overall so that if they were to go to another site, they already have the base skills to be able to be a docent really anywhere. They would just need to learn maybe the specific facts of that house. So that's why it's nice that we have this overall training, and we go into, that they can move them, say, we have sites like, say, like Journey Through the Past. We've had instances where the sites are open and they have issues with volunteers that day, and it could affect a site, being like that they may have to close because they can't find a volunteer. This would allow us to be like, hey, we have these trainers, we can move them over here so we can keep that site open for the event, and then all is well. Next slide. So these are our future steps. So tonight we're awarding a contract for the consultant team that has been selected for the role of the collaborative training coordinator. Once that consultant team is in place, we will be finalizing the schedule for launch and begin marketing and recruiting of participants. But we weren't going to wait, so we actually started by creating the flyer you see on the screen here, and we had this out at 1770s. We actually will have these flyers out at all of the 30-plus sites that are participating in Journey this weekend, just trying to already get interest, get people in the door, signing up, being like, I want to learn more. We've actually already had a couple of hits on our survey, so we're really excited there. Next slide, please. And so, again, something like Journey, this is great timing because, again, we had 1770s last weekend. We've got Journey coming up this weekend, and it's really a great time for anyone who's interested or intrigued by the idea of participating in this docent program to get out there and see what our different historic sites have to offer, kind of get a good glimpse of what being a docent really means. So, we're hoping that, especially the people who will already be out at Journey, that they take interest, they sign up, and we get them in because we have some great things going on and building up to with the semi-quincentennial. So we're really excited about this program, about building the capacity of our historic sites, and we're really excited for Journey. As always, we'll be out there. My team will be out there running around, checking on everybody, and then also trying to just talk people up about the projects we got going on with the semi-quin, and we're really excited for that. So thank you.
Okay, Lynn, what is the age range for the docent training program?
For this initial pilot, we're targeting 18 and older, just as we kind of learn and see. We expect, with round one, we might have to make some adjustments, but we do really want to focus on, our consultant team will be pushing with local students at like RVCC and at the local colleges around the area. We do want to really make sure we bring in a wide range of age ranges. We're really going to be trying to target different, populations. We want to make sure this is a diverse grouping of individuals coming in, and so that they can help understand that this is part of their story too. It's not just, while yes, we have the semi-quins coming up, and that's very Rev War focused, but we still have 250 years of American history that is important and has, many stories to tell, and that we really want to tell all of them as much as we can. Yeah, and we are going to be working with volunteer services and all that, so we will be working with different of the county agencies trying to promote and market, trying to get different individuals engaged. So that's why we made sure like volunteer services has been at the table from the beginning, so that they can help us. We already have a great relationship with the Office of Aging and Disability Services. We work with a lot of things with them, so we'll be bugging them too to try to help us get our first round of potential docents in. Once you're done, it really depends, and we're trying to create a very flexible schedule, and that's something that this program really looks at. We're hoping to get our sites open, especially on weekends with the semi-quin coming up. But we know that not everyone has every weekend available. Some people may be available more on a Saturday, maybe they have a Tuesday. So this will have that flexibility to kind of, once they are confident and can handle a tour on their own, that they can kind of fit within their schedule and their commitment working within the historic sites. Ideally we want to get them open on those weekends because those are the best on the tourism side of things. Those are the best days to get people in, but the whole point of this is to kind of have that flexibility, so that it works, these sites and these individuals are matched up to fit the availability that they have, that they can commit to these local organizations. Thank you.
I attended one of the sessions by Holly. And they did a really wonderful job of partnering, not just talking at you, but giving presentation materials and then group work. And here's a real life situation. Here's 4 volunteers that have come up, and here's their certain interests and constraints. Talk about it. How would you fit them in to your particular structure? So they really were gearing people to figure these things out. I'm excited about phase 2 of this. And my feeling, call me, eternal optimist, I think we're going to have too many people apply. I really do. There's tremendous enthusiasm about this. And that's great because it'll lead to that enthusiasm for more volunteers at these particular historic sites, because we need those extra people. And you had mentioned youth in Warren Township. They have a program that works with their middle schoolers to train them to be a docent at one of the historic sites in Warren Township. And those are the students that are leading Journey to the Past on certain events. And Warren, I believe, was talking with another town about launching it in there. Was it Montgomery maybe, or?
So Culture and Heritage does help fund that program. So what happens in Warren is their history club in the middle school are taught to be docents at the local sites, and then they actually bus in the 4th graders so that the 4th graders learn from the middle schoolers. So not only are we educating and kind of teaching our middle schoolers to be docents, but we're also training, piquing the interest of our 4th graders so that hopefully when they become the middle schoolers, they want to be those they want to be those trainers. And so we're actually working with Warren to create the material so that we can actually try to spread this to all the different school systems in the county, and hopefully we'll work with the State Historical Commission too, because that's a big focus of RevMJ is education, and focusing on our youth and letting them know about our history as well. So that's been a great program that they'd run it prior to COVID, and then it kind of died off with COVID, but now we help bring it back, and it's really exciting. And again, they have seen as these students participate in this program, they enjoy it and they want to come back, and then they participate in things like Journey. So that's what we're hoping to build on.
Yeah, and
at all levels.
Great job. And as usual, Somerset's a leader. State Historical Commission granted us this money because we are usually the pioneers here with the history style there. And they're really looking at this to make sure it's successful, because I have a feeling it will be successful, and I have a feeling it'll go to other places as well. We'll see this in other counties. Maybe Passaic will pick it up. We're not going to food security, but they'll learn from us on this one. Thank you, Caitlin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we move on through our agenda, approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the above listed minutes for September 24th? Any changes, comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary? Yes. Commissioner Morano? Director Robinson?
Yes. Ordinance 24-1899, establishing speed limit along Georgetown Franklin Turnpike, Washington Street, County Route 518 or 518, Montgomery Township, Franklin Township, Borough of Rocky Hill, Somerset County, New Jersey. Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 24-1899?
Motion?
All in favor? Aye. So anyone, the motion is open to the public for this, on this ordinance only. So if anyone from the public wishing to speak on this ordinance only, please come forward. Name, address, 5 minutes, no yielding of time. Okay, hearing none, seeing none.
Just a quick question. When will the ordinance, this will go into effect right after we adopt it? How long will it take to transition?
So it takes effect after we publish it. It usually gets published by Monday. It'll be in the paper, so 20 days from that, Mr. Russo will go out and his crew will change whatever signs he needs to be, and once the signs are changed, their police officers are free to enforce.
You know, on some of the roads, we did Weston Canal Road also, we posted some larger billboard signs just to advise the residents. Because those are roads that are gonna be, they're traveling fast.
I mean, traditionally, the local law enforcement that enforces that in that transition period usually warns people that first couple weeks, right, for the change. But after that, you know, you should be looking at the sign, not your phone when you drive.
Thanks for the safety tip. All right, do we have to close this, the public hearing before going, okay. Is there a motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 24189?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Now we move on to the adoption of ordinance 241-1899. Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano? Director Robinson?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve resolutions 24-1900 through 24-1908?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano? Yes. Director Robinson?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve resolutions 24-1909 through 24-1915? Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano? Yes. Director Robinson?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve resolutions 24-1916 through 24-1940?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano? Yes. Director Robinson?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve resolutions 24-1941 through 24-1944?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Drake?
Yes.
Commissioner Singletary?
Yes.
Commissioner Morano? Yes. Director Robinson?
Yes. Come to the public portion of this meeting, 5 minutes, no yielding of time. State your name and address. Is there a motion to open to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it.
No additional public comment.
All right. Seeing none, hearing none, is there a motion to close to the public?
Motion.
All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. So we will go into executive session, so I'll turn it over to County Council.
Correct. I need a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing matters within the provision of Chapter 10:4-12, specifically potential pending litigation contract negotiations. It's the 2024 preservation grants, Norris Farm, and PBA 307. We will not take any public action and adjourn directly therefrom.
So moved. Is there a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Good night.